Hey guys, so this is going to be my summer foundation routine. I actually didn't think I'd be making a video like this just because I didn't have like a set foundation routine for the past month or so. I've just kind of been using whatever fits to the weather or not wearing any makeup at all on the really hot days. But I did find one product that I'm just absolutely in love with. I've technically been only using it for 2 weeks, but every day for 2 weeks, and I love it. Anyways, it's the Maybelline Dream Fresh BB Cream. You guys can hear more about it in my favorites video or on my blog. I just rave about this like crazy. But I've been using this every day for 2 weeks as my kind of lightweight foundation, kind of a little more coverage than I think than a tinted moisturizer, but it has SPF 30, so it's been perfect for everyday use. So as you guys know, right now I'm filming with the webcam, so my face does look pretty flawless. Like, there's no noticeable blemishes just because it's on a webcam. The tutorial is filmed on my digital camera, so you guys will see the blemishes and acne scars before and the coverage it gives after. I'm definitely not saying this is like a lightweight foundation that will cover everything. You definitely still see blemishes or markings on my skin after I use this, after I put on a little bit of concealer, but it's more, I love it more for the texture of it, how it feels on my face throughout the day. I don't really care about how, like, I don't need my skin to be fully covered all the time. I prefer this just because it looks very natural in the summer. Like, I'm not the kind of person to want to do a full face every day in the summer. So just giving you guys a heads up on that, so you guys don't think that this is going to be like a lightweight full coverage foundation routine. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just pin back my bangs so you guys get a better view of everything. I already primed my face. Usually, this routine depends on how much time I have. So if I have a little extra time, I'll put primer on. Obviously, foundation will last longer with primer on. So depends on how long I'm going out or how rushed I am, anything like that. So I just put a little bit all over my face already. And again, this next step is something, if I have a little more time, then I'll do, which is just blocking out my dark circles with the Garnier tinted eye roller. And this whole routine is basically about thin layers. So I just did like one small swipe, which is actually a lot. And I'm just going to generously blend that in. And in most cases, if I could, I would just leave that as the concealer, but because it's too light for me, I'm going to have to put a different concealer on top of that. And next up I use, which is like the main part of this routine, is the Maybelline Dream Fresh BB Cream. And mine is in medium deep. And I just apply this with my hands. So I put some on my fingers. And I just work each side of my face. I always start on the right cheek. And then lightly blend that in. You definitely don't want to be rubbing it in like moisturizer, or it's just gonna like soak into your fingers or your skin. Sorry, like your cheek. It won't give you any coverage at all. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit more just to do my forehead. And just over the eyes as well. And if you need to, just blend it into the neck. Even add like a full layer onto your neck if you wanted to. Just because this has such a high SPF. It works great as a sunscreen. And always great to protect your neck. To obviously protect your skin and just avoid future wrinkles. Okay, next step is I'm going to be applying concealer. So if I don't apply the Garnier eye roller, I still apply this concealer. This is the MAC mineralized concealer in NW30. And it's just a very flexible brush tip. Do one quick swipe under each eye. Usually I don't block out blemishes, but if I really need to, I just did it over like my acne scars. And again, just with my finger, just blend that out. So the BB cream just really just evens out my skin tone. It kind of just gives my skin one texture, one tone, and it's the concealer that does any really coverage. Okay, and surprisingly, I actually don't powder this, but if I do, I will usually use my Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. I'm just gonna powder it because I may as well just show you like a full one, and then obviously you can torque it to how you like it. So very lightly, like extremely lightly powdering my face. Half the time when I go out with the BB cream, I don't powder at all, just because it doesn't make my skin super oily. Like, it's very hydrating, so it just kind of sinks into the skin, still providing coverage. And even though it has that strong SPF, it doesn't leave that kind of like white finish, that kind of like white undertone, if that makes sense. And sometimes SPF will make my skin feel very oily as well, but surprisingly it doesn't. So powder, again, it's just for that little extra coverage, a little extra like oomph if I'm staying out longer for the day and I really want it to last much longer. And most of the time, I'm telling you, I will just go out like this. But again, if I need a little more color, if I want to go a little bit fancier, I will put on just bronzer. And I've been loving the NYX matte bronzer, and this one's in dark tan. I think this one's technically too dark for me. I got it off of hotlook.com, and they only had one color, so. But it's nice because I usually get pretty dark in the summer. Well, right now, not as bad, but later on I get a little bit darker. I'm applying it with my 129 MAC brush, my favorite bronzing brush. And I'm just gonna kind of liberally put it using that 3B technique. This is more just to add color than it is to contour my face. But because it's matte, I really do like to blend it out a lot, so it's not too, it doesn't make my face look too one-dimensional, if that makes sense. Or if I do the contouring, it doesn't look too strict. And yeah. Blush I usually don't put on. If it's this quick, this is really just what I put on. And I'm using my MAC Brow Gel Set. And that is basically it. That is my summer foundation routine. Super fast, really easy. A lot of the steps you can take out and kind of make it your own. But yeah, it feels really nice and light and protects my face. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little short tutorial, and thanks for watching. Bye!